Good afternoon to you too, Nzinga. I can tell you one of my favorite things to have done over the past 5 days, as we've brought you coverage of the 55th National Conference of the ANC here at Nasrec. One of my favorite things to do has been to sit with Sthembiso Sithole, we call him Jobe, our social media specialist, really just to look at how South Africans have been reacting to this conference right from day one. And we are absolutely a colourful nation, so it really is just quite exciting and funny at times to see what South Africans are saying. One of the big questions, of course, on social media during this elective conference, especially after the announcement of the top 7, one of the big things has been KZN not represented in the top 7 of the African National Congress. And Ste has been following up how that conversation is looking on Twitter. Ste?
It's no secret that KZN in the ANC is the biggest numbers there. They come full force here, really adamant that they will take it, particularly in terms of their preferred candidate. Now we know Dr. Zweli Mkhize, who didn't make it through. And everyone, of course, was really sure that they will take it in terms of their side in KZN. And of course, the numbers didn't add up as they expected. Now they're back, preparing to go back to KZN, and let's look at the social media sentiment in terms of what people are saying, what took place in 2017 and what took place today. As you put that tweet on the screen, basically they're saying now the immediate task for KZN, one, is that they must untangle themselves from President Jacob Zuma.
This is African Renaissance, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, as you put that tweet on screen. And that's what they're saying. Then number 2, they're saying eradicate the tribalism perception, right? And then they simply support national leadership 100%.
Sure.
And in between, they're saying fix service delivery issues in between. And also they're asking them to say they must be humble in between.
Yeah, and then the last one there from African Renaissance is saying restore Durban to a world-class city status. Man.
Yeah. And of course basically the sentiment to say now that your candidate didn't make it through, now these are some of the priorities that you should be focusing on. Another tweet, you can see it on our screen there, which was that was sent by Zinhle, is saying ANC KZN are a bunch of losers. They will never have anyone in the top 6 or now top 7 ever again. They failed in 2017 and they failed now too. They must ask Gauteng how it is done. In between. That's the sentiment from Zinhle, and we saw earlier on another tweet that was sent by Bongani Baloyi.
Yeah, so let's look at that one, because Bongani Baloyi is obviously former executive mayor of Midvaal. He has gone on to leave the Democratic Alliance and join Action SA with Herman Mashaba. And he's been very vocal throughout this elective conference on social media.
Definitely, he's been monitoring these, sharing his sentiments, as we saw on that tweet, basically saying they must now focus on the issue of electricity now that they didn't make it. But then again, you'll recall that our colleague Samgele Masego recently, a few seconds ago, had an interview with KZN chairperson, who was basically then simply saying, I think what is critical is that yes, as KZN, they're their preferred candidate, but what is critical is that the ANC has emerged. Now, basically simply saying they are rallying behind the new leadership and they're giving the support. A lot of sentiments regarding this leadership in terms of KZN. A lot of people saying on social media they should actually now find a way to speak in one voice, and that they shouldn't have a perception rather than to simply saying the leader of the ANC should only come from one province. Of course, like we did say, Naledi, that these sentiments are the sentiments of the viewers there on social media, not of the SABC.
Yeah, I do like this, well, not like it, it stands out for me, this tweet by Big Mo.
Yeah.
As KZN and ANC make their way down the N3 empty-handed again. That's a very
definitely that tweet
one,
is in reference to what took place here in Nasrec, same place where they had elected the leaders we elected. None of them, of course, were coming from KZN. You'll recall back then, as we put that tweet on the screen, you'll remember again this time around it's the same thing. Back then, you'll remember Dr. Zweli Mkhize was also part of the ANC in terms of the top 6 in between, but in the previous election here, that didn't take place, and this time around. So many people are saying they should find ways to do better, and that is the sentiment on social media.
Fiery words there. The cult of Wenzeni is truly dead. Those are the words of Mokhomotsi Lebo 2. Or Big Mo. on Twitter. Well, we're going to keep looking at some of those tweets, and you can share them as well with us at SABC News, and always looking forward to hearing your thoughts on whether or not you want to discuss, whether how KZN is not represented in the top 7, or just your general reactions to the top 7 of the African National Congress, and also what you want to see from the new leadership of the party. Sthembiso Sithole, there, our social media specialist, keeping us also relevant with what's happening on the social media street.